So we're going to be talking about diaphragmatic breathing. So most times when people hear diaphragmatic breathing, they think of belly breathing. So breathing into your belly. So why most people should not do that is because when we're breathing in, we're trying to expand our lungs and our rib cage. So our lungs and our rib cage are not in our belly. And when we're doing that, sometimes we could be harming ourselves. There are times where belly breathing might be beneficial, but we're going to talk about normal diaphragmatic breathing today. So your diaphragm sits at the base of your rib cage. So every time you breathe in, your diaphragm is going to descend into your abdominal cavity. When that's happening, you're filling your rib cage up with air. Then as you exhale, your diaphragm is moving upwards and it's expelling that air out. So it's not your diaphragm that's expelling your air out. It's usually passive, and sometimes if it's a little bit more forceful or you're doing like high level activities like lifting weights or something, there's going to be some more muscle activity with this breathing pattern. So ideally when we breathe in, we should have that 360 expansion. So it's not just into our belly. So when we are diaphragmatic breathing, we are not just belly breathing. We are getting this full 360 expansion. So what goes with that is a lot of us have mobility restrictions. We might not be able to get that 360 expansion. So back to belly breathing and why it's been beneficial for some people. Some people, we have these tight muscles or compressive strategy that compress our rib cage, compress our pelvis, and that might be when some of the belly breathing techniques might be useful in the beginning. So one of the strategies that we use to compress ourselves is we use the six-pack ab muscle, so our rectus abdominis, to help us breathe and move and propel us. So when that happens, all this does is it kind of pushes everything downwards. So you're going to have this deep arch in your back, but it might be hidden by the fact that you have these tight abdominal muscles or this tight rectus abdominis kind of pulling everything downward, and it really just squishes everything inwards and it limits your mobility. But again, sometimes these muscles can limit that. So we are trying to let some of these muscles let go. So once this muscle lets go, there's other muscles that we need to have let go to allow that full 360 expansion. So your belly is one of them. So belly breathing in the beginning might be beneficial for some people. Through your shoulder blades, I'm gonna look up towards my hand. I'm still pushing downwards a little bit. And in this position, all I'm gonna do is inhale, exhale slowly and fully through my mouth. Keeping that push through my shoulder blades. Again, inhale, exhale. But also breathing into your back, because a lot of us are very compressed through our back. So like I talked about before, so with the belly breathing, a lot of us have these like superficial compressive strategies. So that rectus abdominis is kind of crunching us downwards. But with that, your back is likely tight as well, likely limited in the ability to expand your back as well. So right there, you're limiting that 360 expansion. So you have restrictions through your belly, you have restrictions through your back, but also you're likely getting that restriction through your rib cage as well. So whenever we breathe, whenever we move, like I said, your rib cage needs to expand, it needs to move. Again, we want that 360 expansion. We want to get bigger everywhere so that our rib cage expands. And that's what's going to allow us to move. That's what's going to allow us to do all these activities that we're doing throughout the day. When we're breathing, we want that 360 expansion. We want everything to get bigger. Then when we exhale, we want everything to get smaller. So there's a few things that I want you to remember when you're diaphragmatic breathing. So I want you to try to relax some of these muscles. So a lot of us, we have these very tight muscles through activities that we're doing throughout the day, people that we meet, foods that we eat, like a lot of things cause tension in our body. So sometimes just consciously telling ourselves to let go, let things relax, it can be beneficial. Sometimes we need some other things too, like a massage, time away, break from people. But anyways, so sometimes just telling these muscles to let go, muscles up here to let go, muscles for your back to let go in easier positions, things like laying on your side, laying on your stomach, laying on your back, where you're eliminating gravity or reducing the amount of gravity on you. Laying those positions, trying to relax and just slowly breathing in, always breathing in through your nose. So always breathe in through your nose. So try to limit having that open mouth. When you're doing your breathing activities, even throughout the day, try to close your mouth. So you're trying to get that air out. It doesn't have to be all the air. It depends on what your goal is when you're trying to do these breathing activities. To diaphragmatic breathe, always in through your nose. You're going to feel that 360 expansion. So not just in your belly. There's a time and a place for it, but usually it's not the time and the place to always breathe into your belly. So 360 expansion through your chest, through your back, through your belly. Then when you exhale, you're going to feel that compression. So you're going to feel everything compress inwards as that air comes out. Pick positions that are easier for you at first to feel this in. So if you're just starting off, try not to do it standing. Pick a position that's easy. So probably just lay down and try to do it. Give you a position that's really relaxing that you're able to tolerate. Practice. It takes time. These things really take time. You will not get it in the first time. The patients that I work with, sometimes they take a few sessions before they're actually able to feel it appropriately. And then sometimes there's also outside influences on why you are having difficulty diaphragmatic breathing, or you're not getting that full expansion like we'd like. Like I said before, there's food, there's stress, there's people, there's so many different things in this world that we live in that could influence the ability for us to breathe with our diaphragm and then get that expansion and compression. So I hope this changed your mind about diaphragmatic breathing. So hopefully you're not just breathing into your belly, you're getting that full 360 expansion to improve your mobility, to help you feel better, and to help you relax, because I know a lot of us need that. So again, hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, please comment below. Follow me on Instagram at @drayisa_. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you'd like to work with me, my link is below in the show notes. So I'll see you next time. Bye.